I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I think bringing a cheese out versus parting is not a bad idea. I don't think that was the right one. But that's kind of how Namshar cheeses. Namshar's level of mixing in cheese, because he's such a generic macro player. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, it's part of Namshar's strength and why he's grown so consistently over the years is that very same reason, right? You know, it's because he's just worked on his basics little by little over and over and over again, right? But when he cheeses, it's like, oh, I'm going to do the 12-pool drone pool in Zerg vs. Zerg that literally every player is doing this week. You know, I'm going to do this other thing. Namshar is an incredible player. I do think that 12-pool build has actually got a lot of skill that's required to stop it. I want to see it when the hatch is in the wall. Because I really think, just from the Protoss side, you can absolutely defend it. I've defended it where people put the hatch blocking my wall. But I feel like it forces more of a reaction, opens up more potential for a comeback. I think his follow-up was a little bit desperate there as well. I mean, he kind of needed to go for the Ling speed and the Ling flood. But, yeah, it's a little, you know, I don't know. It's we could always, you know, guess from the sidelines. We get to see every little bit of the action, don't we? But, anyways, just going to double check some stuff real quick, guys. Yeah, we've got that capture looking all good. And big thanks everybody for hanging out. Let's get into the car. Sorry, just tabbed out really quickly and froze the game up for a second. All right, we're going to hop in down here in the bottom left. He managed to make a sick comeback versus me this morning. And actually, when he was at, I feel like he peaked middle or late of last year. One of the Challenger seasons, he almost beat Scarlet. And he was like making comebacks from behind in games against a very good Terran player. He's been having a tough time for the last maybe 4 months in terms of his performance. I really want to see him kind of start to power up again and gain more confidence. I think he's got the abilities, but I think there's natural ups and downs in any player's trajectory. And this is just one of those moments where he's getting asked a question, you know? Do you have what it takes to keep putting in the effort, the hours, the commitment when not everything is going your way? When the meta shifts and it doesn't favor you, your styles that you've been working on, and you've got to relearn things. His name is Vindicta. Representing Alpha X, I think a player with a lot of potential. Originally from Mexico, I believe, but I believe living in the US these days. Don't know if he's just studying there or he's permanently moved there or what. I can't remember exactly where he lives. I think maybe LA? Somewhere down the bottom left. Somewhere in the bottom left, I believe. Of course, his opponent, Bly, hailing from the Ukraine, one of the most wild Zergs out there. One of my favorite players who really inspired me. Always reference the podcast. He came on my podcast a few months back and just talked a lot about how he likes to play the game the way he enjoys it. He likes to force a chess match. He doesn't like doing the standard builds and just playing a mechanical war. And, you know, people call him cheesy. I think Bly's just a master of finding comfort in uncomfortable scenarios. He's going to deny a bit of mining on that mule. That mule will lose about 50 to 75 minerals worth of mined resources. He's got to get back to mining. Maybe even 100. Probably lost about 4 trips there. Maybe not 100. Let's say 75 minerals probably went down in opportunity cost from that mule not mining. But you get the 4 Zerglings. That's all good. Bly, of course, going for the fastest layer of all time. And a quick third gas. Now, no Roach Warren started yet. If that doesn't start in a moment, it looks like this is a 2-base muta build. It's a really good controlling way of playing. And it does tend to force bio play out of your opponent. Now, unfortunately for him, with no third base being spotted, Vindicta is already very happy to go down that bio path. And definitely feels a little better against the 2-base muta. I think one of the things I've seen Vindicta do exceptionally well is just go straight to Widow Mines, skip siege tanks after he's up on 3, 4, 5 barracks, rally across the map, and just start. You know how people do the 2-tank push often on the 3rd? He just kind of is like, no, I'm just going to start the parade and never let your mutas fly to my side of the map, delay my turrets to the max and go for that. And it looks like he's stopping at 6 Hellions, and he's got a Liberator on the way. So I think the 6 Hellions may look for a dive. Ooh, if they could catch these Lings, that would be great. Oh, he just misses them. Oh, the Lings are even going to see him as well, which is actually good for Bly. So Bly knows where they are. Bly doesn't really have any Lings at home right now. Oh, but he's going to look for the cancel on the 3rd. He's willing to trade. Bly just building 8 more Lings to try and stop these Hellions if they dive in. And, oh man, there's no Hellions at home. Oh, no wall off, no Hellions at home. And Vindicta has been caught with his pants around his ankles. He falls over into his own poo hole a little bit. And, he's taking quite a bit of damage. Good cleanup on the Hellions. 5 SCVs, lost mining time. Oh, he keeps the SCV on the command center alive on Reddit points. And that Zergling comes in and gets one last kill. 6 SCVs, bit of lost mining time. This Viking cleans up its second Overlord. And we've got that Liberator coming in. How many Queens are there? 4 Queens, a Spine, 9 Zerglings. Queens moving to intercept. These Hellions still have one opportunity. They could dive in. There is only 9 Lings out. And oh my god, they're in the natural again. Oh, Vindicta. Oh, he's losing a lot of SCVs. He's diving in with his Hellions on the other side, though. Nice micro. Just cleaning up the Zerglings first. And now suddenly Bly's got a big problem on his hands. Mutas and Lings are about to pop out. Just a few seconds left before those units are out. In the meantime, how many drones can Vindicta get? It's going to be 10 workers to answer, but there's still Lings up. Oh no. These SCVs are so wounded. Suddenly the Mutas are going to find a moment. That Lib goes down as well with no damage. It looks like he F2'd at home. What have we got that shoots up? 5 Marines and a Viking. He needs a bunker up yesterday to defend these depots in the wall. I mean, he's got no turret. It's just started. The Lings are here. Where are the Mutas? Okay, the Mutas are not across the map. It was only 2 Mutas that got built. I thought it was 5 or 6. The damage was done by Vindicta. It does keep Bly's economy shit. So they're both on shit economy right now. The Viking here just is going to look to actually queue into the base. It's going to fly in and try to land there. The Spore Crawl is going to kill it though. Lings are here. Mutas are now flying across the map. Now there is a turret in each mineral line, but watch out. Those SCVs heavily wounded. I was talking about that bunker at the front of the base, and there was no bunker, and uh-oh, the Zerglings are going to bust on in. The SCV trying to repair. Marines trying to stim. The Lings are into the base. Oh, does actually lose a Muta there. You know what? Oh my god, absolute YOLO from Bly. He dives in. The Marines were shooting their own barracks. No, Vindicta. Oh, his barracks. He did like 200 hit points of damage. That could have been 2 Mutalisks he killed. I think that's it. The Viking in the main actually kills quite a few drones. It's actually shift-click those drones really well. Gets 5 workers behind this. I mean, that's such a cool little move, but I feel like here in the chaos, this is where Bly gains power, man. I feel like we just sacrificed a fucking goat on a mountaintop in a pentagram to the Chaos God. And Bly, his eyes start glowing. And he's just like, you know, he harvests that fucking energy in these chaotic situations, dude. It's like, this is his goddamn home. The comet of chaos has just landed. And it's Bly's time to rule and dominate. A reactor's going to go down there. It's burning. Medevac takes a volley. Oh, Widow Mines do help stabilize just a little. Comes in, gets another Widow Mine, loses a Muta for it, almost loses a second one. Does Vindicta have a chance from here? He's on 34 SCVs versus 55 drones. I think Bly is so comfortable in this scenario. He's got 3 mineral lines going, which gives him a lot of play as this progresses. He's going into things like Baneling speed. The Mutas are just dancing. I think he should be very conservative with these. You're up against a Terran who's overstimming, desperately trying to hunt you down. He's clearly not comfortable. Just let the Mutas regen and keep poking in. Vindicta scans the natural there. He sees it's fully saturated. There are now 6 gases going down. I would love to see a 4th, and it goes down in the center position. That rich gas geyser will pay off big if you can secure it. And with this creep spread, it's one of the things I used to think of Bly as a bit of a cheeser. But in 2020, in the last year or two of StarCraft 2, he has developed his creep spread. No matter what aggression goes down in this matchup, no matter how crazy it gets, it's his creep spread that he builds an advantage off almost always. Oh, there's a Widow Mine hidden above that barracks, but he spots the tracking line from it, pulls out, sets the reactor on fire. He's got a little squad of Marines looking to try to cut the Mutas off. He's got to repair that reactor. 1 Drilly Boy has been commanded to repair it. Another Widow Mine goes down. This is good play here. If Vindicta can cut the Mutas' retreat off, that'd be really nice. He's looking for the catch there. These guys are going oogie boogie, and these Marines want to come in from behind. But there's a Zergling there that I think might spot this. Zerglings don't have very good vision. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, good quick response there from Bly. Does lose 1 Muta. Oh, he's going to get a medevac though. Gets a second one. Oh, shit. Vindicta caught not looking. 77 drones? What the fudgety shitballs, man. Bly's got Bane speed up as well. He's already got 12 speed Banes out. If he can make any more, He's going to be absolutely soaring ahead in this game, and there's no overseer with those mutas, so he does have to be careful of the mines. But it's a desperate marine push. I talked about how he gets these mine parades going really early compared to a lot of other players. And I like that he's doing it here. It's like, it's kind of old school classic TVZ, but he lost those medevacs, which means every stim is difficult to heal. And it's just taken so long to get going that Bly has all the time in the world. He's like, all right, I'll just counter. Forces everything home. And he's like, yeah, no need to commit. This is fine. This is buying time. You're stimming your whole army back over here. 75 workers up behind us. 11 more mutas building. I think he's just finished his 1-1 upgrade, so the upgrades are tied right now. He gets another medevac. Oh, Bly, you absolute shithead. Zergling slide into the mineral line. Widowmine does defend them, but not without 3 SCVs going down. More Banes are going to roll in behind that. And they will find the mineral line. Oh, man. He's trying to burrow there, actually. Oh, the Widowmine may be perfect. No, 1 Bane split in front. And the rest are going to find the mineral line. The mutas were distracting on the other side of the map at the same time. 8 SCVs go down. The mutas here looking for another medevac kill. Oh, the mines answer with a big shot in the center of those mutas. But I think there might be too much Ling Bane. I love the Widow mines spread everywhere. You can see Vindicta's just trying to say, look, I got to have something. I know there's going to be counterattacks. I got to keep some sort of defense on that top side. And just layers of Widow mines. He's going to send a drop up there as well. 57 workers. Thor, Drilling Claws, 2-2 upgrades. He's trying to get to the late game. Bly here only now starting 2-2. You know, Bly had equally timed 1-1, but he was more focused on trying to look for a good engage, was not starting the next step immediately. That drop going to work its way around the north. Mutas, though, going to fly towards the bottom. No turrets reinforced. No Thors in the main. These mutas are going to be a big problem for Vindicta. Drilling Claws not ready yet. Whoa. Okay, sorry, guys. Bit of lag there. Hey, I don't know if you guys are seeing that. Hope the players aren't feeling it. Oh, that turret's going to go down. Oh, man, the SCVs. But, oh, big Widow mines in the mutas. A lot of SCVs take the splash, though. Bly knows he's ahead economically. He can take a few bad Widow mine hits, especially if he pulls them into the SCVs for the friendly fire. Now, I like that there's Widow mines starting to get peppered around. We've got this drop. It gets in there, not at the best time. The mutas are already almost home. And an easy shutdown there for Bly. Vindicta looks a little desperate. I think he feels he's got to do something. There's a Thor in no man's land in the middle of the map. It's all about trying to create something with these Widow mines, but I think there's just too much creep spread. Good Widow mine there. Nice save! The boost evac tries to get the Thor out of dodge. He's trying to do anything he can, but he's deep on creep against massive speed Banes. And that is the situation that Bly always engineers in his games. A desperate Terran, eager to get damage done. Forces their way deep on creep, and that's where the Banelings find the connections. GG, well played. A fantastic Game 1 victory for Bly. Vindicta has got to watch out for those Ling run bys if he wants to tie up and come back in this series. It's all about those Ling run bys. They are a big problem. Excuse me. I do like the single lib dive, the 6 Hellions. Oh, are they not hosting map 2? There we go. I like that idea. You do some sharp pressure, hard and quick, and you just macro up behind it. I'm always afraid to get the 3rd command center and then go into the defense. I think he could have done it fine. He just took too much damage to the Ling run bys, so yeah, it's got to clean things up. Next game's going to be USE, so Nero choosing to go the favorable server for Bly rather than Central. Someone in chat said it looks like they're playing against someone 2k MMR higher. I mean, if a Ling run by sneaks past your Hellions and gets in, and you have nothing to defend, you are so very behind. So, and that's StarCraft. When someone is really far ahead, it's like, you know, Bly was on steroids there, and after the first Ling run by, it was a 1 or 2 weight class difference between the two, and after the second Ling run by, it was it was just his economy was ruined. Vindicta. And it looked like it wasn't too massive, but you've got to remember that that's at a point where the mutas are out and Vindicta has to spend the next 3 minutes just stabilizing on 2 bases, trying to not take too much damage. Whereas Bly can just hold down the drone key and create a lot of threat and damage with the Zerglings and the mutas. So it's tempo. It's a tempo game. It's a tempo matchup, and when you get that much of a lead early, it's yeah, a big problem. Don't get me wrong, Bly is a more established, higher level player than Vindicta in terms of general experience and results. But, you know, this is how Bly plays. He looks for the cheeky run-bys and things, and you got to have a little bit more insurance against him. You got to be just a little bit more prepared for those sort of things. So Vindicta there, playing well against the build, not well against the player. The countdown is amazing at the start. They just put that in, by the way. Down here in the bottom left, in the red, representing Alpha X, it is Vindicta. Up here in the top right, in the blue, he's Zerg. He's Ukrainian. He's an absolute monster. It's Bly. Bly! Bly's always fun to watch. He's a wild man. Plays a lot of fun strategies, and it's a good time. It's a good time watching him play. Do you have to use different accounts for different servers? Nope. And when we talk about Central, East, US, West, these are all different sites within the same greater server. Now, we often just call those sites this server, this server, this server. Or I guess you could call them servers within the region. They're all underneath the Americas region, which, funnily enough, Singapore, Australia, and Brazil are also all consolidated under that heading of the Americas. Europe only has one server, which I believe is in Germany or France, somewhere there in Western Europe. Then there's the Chinese server, which is obviously in its own little firewall, kind of, you know, walled off little part of the swimming pool. And then you've got the Asian server, which has a Korean and Taiwan server within it. Yeah. So nice Drilly Boy Scout. Sees it's a hatch first. See how it goes. People are saying, should he just have tried to defend the 3 bases and then fight a late game Zerg? You have to be an expert at turtle defensive play to do that. From the situation he was in, going straight to that, it's no one does that. No one does that successfully. You need to be up against someone who's terrible at late game, like Sue. And don't get me wrong, Bly's not the most amazing late game player, but I think he's probably a little bit more adept with super late game than Sue. And you need to be one of the best late game Terran players. So Maru versus Sue is like one of the few times where I'm like, oh yeah, if Terran just turtles up and like is really careful and just defends and walls off and expands and defends and walls off, like maybe. But that's because, you know, Sue is the guy where like you can set up a 3-layered spike trap, you know, build a wall with like a pot of boiling pitch on top of it that you're gonna pour. You can do all that stuff and Sue will still walk into it and like try to just charge through and kind of impale himself on the most strong defense, right? Because Sue's the guy where his superpower and also his weakness is knowing I'm X ahead. If I commit to a fight now, even if it's not the most amazing angle, I should be able to win the game. But if you're playing someone who's a little more flexible like Bly, I think it's a hard ask. And I don't think Vindicta is your mega late game guy. I think he can play late game. I think he can play some tempo late mid game stuff. I don't know if he can play Ghost Lib Turtle 5 base, sit in my corner of the map and withstand the assault of Zerg. That's so hard to navigate because they get the whole map covered in creep. They can make 100 drones and just roll banelings into you for days, and it's near impossible to hang on against. Good little roach pressure coming in. This is a 2-1-1 from Vindicta. This Overlord important to spot the high ground. Oh, SCVs and mules kind of come down there a little bit. Vindicta's like, all right, let's just man mode this, but I don't think that's the right call. Yeah, I think he's got to pull back and use the wall a little here. He's building a medevac here. Didn't have time to swap over. That was a nice pressure from Bly. He's got a quick lair up behind it. Could just go roach speed. I don't think you're going to have room to squeeze a Spire out in this sort of game. I think it's just drone, get roach speed. So Marauder out, that's very important. The Marauder with its bonus to armor is going to be good. If you can protect these depots, that's powerful. If that Overlord comes too far forward, you move forward and snipe it. 7 SCVs though, not bad, not bad. And already Bly doing some damage and pulling back before Stim and Medivacs hit the field. I think Vindicta needs to walk straight across this map, send a single Marine to each third base, and just make sure your opponent doesn't have a third. You just need to get over there and force him to build units. Straight across the map. Yeah, there's because you need to force him to not be building a Spire and just going straight into Mutas or something like that. You need to force him to not drone up into 3 bases. Now, I think the real hard bit here for Vindicta is to do that and not overcommit. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's not that much Roach Ravager. Maybe he should commit. And it always looks like it should work, but I think by the time he gets in there, you're going to have about 12, 13 Roaches, a couple Ravagers, a few Queens. And if you lose this army and you don't kill any drones, I think you're probably in a really bad spot. Ooh, Widowmine gets a decent hit there on those Roaches and Ravagers, but a good pullback. It just says, oh, okay, nope. Wait, yeah. All right, at this point, deny the third, look for multi-drops. Oh man, if those Overlords were here and you caught them with the Marines, you stim in. Yeah, just look to deny the third base. I think getting a third command center would be great. I like that he's going single engineering bay. I think right now there is a little bit of a gap in SCV production. And it's going to be a while till you can afford the third command center. But just keep your tanks in really conservative high ground safeties. No, don't. Oh, he wants to keep pushing. You can make it work. I don't know, man. I feel like Bly is going to be happy to just make a lot of Roaches with Roach speed, some Ravagers. Right now, Bly's map control is trash, though. That's his big problem. He's making an Overseer, but he doesn't see this push coming. He's got no Zerglings. He's got no expendable spotting units. He doesn't want to put a Roach out there, so he's going to get blindsided by this push. This could actually work really well for Vindicta, especially if he just stims on it, gets the Ravagers, then the Hatch. Oh, man, that's bad for Bly. Yeah, both Ravagers go down, and he's happy to just tank it. Yeah, he says, no worries, man. We'll just fight. And he pulls back, pulls back, pulls back. Big tank shot. Oh my god. Yeah. That was a good trade there for Vindicta, man. And he just clicks the hatch now. Does another stim. Pick up. Get back to the tank. Oh yeah, very nicely done. Beautiful play. Scans, he says, are you going Spire? Sees double Evo, that's enough info. It tells him he doesn't need missile turrets or anything like that. Third command center is already on the way. And, oh, he doesn't have another tank yet. I would build a bunker if I was Vindicta. Oh, this is, no, this is too greedy. You need to go home, Vindicta. Oh, he made this decision too. If you were going to keep dropping, you needed to do that immediately. Oh, no, the tank's on the low ground. No! Vindicta! The tank goes down. He didn't pull enough SCVs to repair it. Tank on the high ground. Back here, back here, back here even. Oh, I guess that's an okay spot. It's in range. There's no Biles there. And you know what? He can do game-ending damage with the drop. I criticized it. I was like, this is scary. You're going to get overwhelmed. But Vindicta, he gets 1 queen, 2 queen, 3 queen. And that's okay. He loses a bunch of depots. It's a pain in the ass, but he's got his double upgrades going. He's trying to get a 4th and 5th barracks. He needs to remember his armory. Continuing upgrades is going to be huge here. He's got to at least stay even and hopefully get ahead. Keep poking around with the drop. The third base is now only just finally finished for Bly. Yeah, I do think Vindicta, man, if only that tank had been repaired a bit quicker. There was only 2 Ravagers, so he just needed to get above 120 hit points. He got to about 55 hit points when that last 60 damage Bile connected. 6 more drones, not bad. Double drop down there, though. Yeah, the work account looked really good for Bly. But he had no anti-air. Remember, he lost all of his queens. He's got a lot of Roaches, but they're not even covering the bases. Oh, man. A positional derp here from Bly. Oh, no. Goodbye, hatchery. Well worth it. And look at this. Vindicta's like, all right, buddy. This is my game now, dog. Okay, this one did go too deep. Ow. No, don't drop there. Oh, Vindicta, put it back in your pants, mate. Yeah. Getting a bit excited, young man. Tank there. Yeah, tank there, tank there, tank there. That one, I prefer there, but it'll work. This tank should be back here. That's too far forward, that tank. I like the lib going into pressure. this is really important. Just hang on to your third, and you've got this game in the bag as Vindicta. And I do think it is in the bag, but Tunneling Claw Roaches is going to come out here. Bly's going to try to do a big old Tunneling Claw attack. Vindicta's just saying, I'm going to keep harassing you. Vindicta's comfort zone is when he's the one pressuring. And he's just going to try to basically just throw so much at Bly that Bly can't get in control of this game. These libs aren't finding the damage, though. That drop gets cleaned up down there. Has to pick up and redrop. The roaches are repositioning. The libs are coming in, but the queens say no. I mean, Vindicta's doing a good job of threatening. There's just, oh man, there's just not enough anti-air. I think that fourth goes down for sure. The queens here are going to deal with that. That lib goes down. That hatch not even cancelled. It dies. Drops floating all over the shop. And this is just a real struggle for Bly. He doesn't have the anti-air. Remember, he took so much damage earlier to that push, and he's lost his queen so many times. He's trying to get Desperation Infestors, but these drops have free reign over his base. The Infestors do not have enough energy for any spells just yet. They need a little bit of time regenerating. Not to mention, Vindicta has now spotted the Tunneling Claws, so he's got turrets everywhere. He's got a ton of siege tanks out. And this is the balls of Vindicta. I'll tell you guys, I've tried to kill Vindicta with Roach Ravager before. If you lose any momentum early, he has no fear. He's like, yeah, I got one siege tank at home. I will load everything into drops and just bounce them around your bases really obnoxiously. He's a player, you can't just stay mass Roach Ravager, because even if you double down on your anti-air and you force those drops to not do as much damage as they've achieved here, it buys him enough time before you get across the map with your Roach Ravager. And oh my god, desperate attempt to hold on. Doesn't bile the tank. He's got fungal though. You got to be careful, Vindicta. The Juicy Lucy fungal in the middle could be very nice. He's just got enough energy. I think there's too many tanks combined with the lib. That lib gonna try and siege the left-hand side. The Ravagers say no thanks. Ravager does go down. Marines coming forward. Medevac gonna try and get him out of there. Fungal traps him. Oh, that fungal didn't do jack. Yeah, nice play by Vindicta. He's just luring him into the tank line. Bly's getting worn down. I think he's being a bit too cavalier with his bio. Just a few units up front is all he needs, and Bly's gonna look for the flanky flank. Oh man, the Ravagers, the Infestors looking to hold on. And oh, there's more bio here. This is about to get, yeah, he realizes, he's like, where the fuck is your Roach Ravager? He scans, and I think that should be good enough for Vindicta to just barely clean it up. There's no Infestor energy. The Roaches and Ravagers getting overwhelmed. They have 1-2 upgrades versus 2-1. Equal upgrades on both sides. But remember that Vindicta is looking very healthy economically. He's got still one tank anchoring this position. Another one rallying in. And when he gets to parade push, he gets in control. I thought this one was getting a little bit awkward for him in the mid stage, but nice handling by Vindicta. Desperation fungals. These fungals are so good versus this if you can engage them before they get sieged up. But once they've got the tanks anchoring their position, it's too easy for the Terran player to spread his units out, dodge the fungals, land big tank shots. You really want to catch him when he's repositioning defensively or when he's moving out of his base. That's where the fungals come big, where you kind of say, hey, walk into my splash damage, buddy. Oh, high energy infested does go down. That's that. Vindicta here going to tie up the series. GG. Very nicely done. We got a series on our hands. Woo. Why does double Evo mean no Spire? It's because he was in... So this is a very specific situation. Normally, double Evo, that could totally be a Spire. You got to remember, this was not just a 2-base. This was a 2-base opening, so no third, but also went for a roach push really hard and fast. So he was way delayed on droning up. So doesn't even have a third base. Yes, he's droned up, but it's basically, if you've done a 2-base opening, it's at that exact moment in the game where we were when I said that. And there's 2 Evos. He can't be going 2-base, double upgrade, roaches, and also a Spire that quickly. He could squeeze the Spire out, but he'd be like, here's 2 mutas. You know, like, you can't do both. So you see the Evo chambers, you know mutas aren't really what's happening. And, yeah. The gas is limited. Thank you, Ryan, for the 14-month resub. What's up, fam? Much love for the support, buddy. Really appreciate that. Bad luck losing to Gyelzing. Says, look what I got. It's my dog. Nice. Boop the dog. Big thank you everybody for the support recently, by the way. Just a reminder, if you guys are new to the channel, there is a thing called Bezos Bucks. So the great thing about Bezos Bucks is basically if you have an Amazon Prime that you pay for, it automatically gives you Twitch Prime. And that allows you to give out a sub for free, costs you nothing, gives us actual real dollary dues out of Bezos's pockets. Yeah, you can do that once a month. You get sub emotes, you know, access to a few other things. The old replay packs channel in my Discord opens up to you. If you are, I haven't been posting any recently, but all the old ones are still there if you're interested in that. I'll hopefully post some more in the future. I just, I don't like posting disorganized replay packs, so yeah, I'm kind of only do it that way. But big thanks to everybody for hanging out, and those of you who've been cheering, who've been tipping recently, people like Rob before with the tier 3 sub, big thank you for allowing this to continue going. I also want to say, at the same time as I do a sellout segment, I want to remind you guys that if you are going through a tough time, which a lot of people are right now, some people are doing better than ever. The industries are booming with people in isolation. A lot of other people, though, probably more, are having their lives turned upside down and fucked. And if you know, able to hang out and enjoy the stream, I really enjoy that. If you have to pause your sub, cancel it temporarily, you can't afford to cheer or tip or whatever you normally would do to support the stream, don't worry about it. Smile, be kind to people in chat, spread a bit of positivity. There are a million ways to support the channel, and I never want people to feel forced. Yeah, whenever, there's always periods where I get a bunch of messages and people are like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't afford to support right now. I just had a kid, or I'm trying to save money, so, you know, something. And I'm like, dude, please never apologize for it. I appreciate the fact that you guys, you know, choose to pay for it. Anyone who's ever contributed to the stream in any direct monetary form is in the minority. Maybe not in the minority of the people who are here every day watching, but in terms of the people who actually watch the stream, tune into the content regularly, absolutely in the minority. And it's you guys who allow the system to continue. Don't ever feel guilted into it. Don't ever feel like you have to. I'm honestly honored to be able to do this every day, to play StarCraft, to stream it, to teach it. And yeah, just much love for the support. Keep being part of the passionate community that enjoys this game. Keep kicking ass. So this was a pull first. Zerglings want to deny the scouting. So once they get on creep, obviously the Zerglings get the speed boost. They can shut this down. And you see, okay, Ling speed's just started. You could click on the gas. See, okay, no Roach Warren down or anything. Looks pretty chill. The Reaper does have to stay at home though, because you know there's Zerglings on your side of the map. And going to be going straight for that command center. He's going to build a safety bunker as Vindicta. So that trauma from the last game with the surprise Roach, he says, okay, well, if you force my Reaper to stay at home, if you do drop a Roach Warren now, flood across, or do a Ling flood, it's going to be a little annoying to deal with. You know what? Get the safety bunker. And I don't mind it. I think it's totally fine to do that. I don't think your games against Bly are generally lost because your pressure is 10 seconds late. I think they're lost because your door's down and he gets in with 20 Zerglings, or you don't catch the Nidus Worm and it pops up in the corner of the main. By the way, guys, Cheese Down. I haven't put it in the TL calendar yet. I'll throw it up there. We've got the Pig Show with Maynard this Thursday afternoon, my time, around the end of my normal stream. And this Sunday, or Monday at the end of my stream, we're going to be doing the Cheese Down. Hass and No Regret. A best of 9. No Regret finally got out of quarantine. So that goal that we hit a few weeks back with the Vikings promotion, finally time to reward you guys. I mean, I know some people are like, what? Did Pig just do a broken esports promise? Yeah, unfortunately I promised that show match, and then we hit the goal, and then I was like, Jake, you good to go? And he was like, I just got back to Canada and I'm in quarantine for 2 weeks, and I was like, far out. So he's out now. Him and Hass have both given the go ahead. So that's going to be right this time of day. It's going to start right at this time of day, the time we're at right now. on, that's late. That's Sunday night if you're in America or Europe. Monday, middle of the day if you're in Asia or Australasia. The two cheesiest players ever. I've done a series of show matches with them in the past, but it's been a couple of years since we did it. So I'm really happy that we're bringing that back. We're putting 150 USD on the line to probably a 70-30 split. And depending on what the players prefer, if they want 60-40, I'll go with that. And we're going to see two of the cheesiest players just go ham, go hard on each other. Oh, accident there. That Overseer goes in pervert mode a little bit close. And it is indeed just the Spire up behind this. The Libs and the Hellions, same opening from that first game, but notice no third CC. So it's the Hellions, the Libs, but instead of the third CC, super safe wall and going straight for 5 barracks. So he's going to look for sharp damage right here. Notice the Spire is finishing, but there's no mutas out. This is the moment. The Lib flies in, Spore and Queen dealing with it. And, oh, Hellions get a good volley off, actually. And, yeah, Bly's got to be careful. He doesn't have too many lings. Lib comes in. Oh, it's going to lose that fight. The Queen barely overwhelms it. And the Hellion's not going to get much this time. Oh, no. Focus the drones. Ooh, he actually gets quite a few of those. Oh, no. He clicks on the Spire. He could have got a few more drones there. Oh, well. Not the worst. You know, it's not good damage, but remember that Bly's economy is kind of shit. So it's not the absolute worst either. He's going up to 5 barracks, so I think the power there, if you keep the Hellions alive, is threatening to dart in on as the third drone's up, and 2 Baneliness go down. What the hell? Bit of panic there from Bly. That's absolutely a mistake. So that pressure was hitting him hard. Now, there's a bunker. There's no turrets yet. He's trying to rely on his Marines to cover this. Ooh, no turrets in the mineral lines is still risky, though. The reason Vindicta doesn't want to do that, nice focus fire. 2 Marines do go down. 5 mutas, the perfect count to do that. He's doing a 2 base all in, so he doesn't want to really invest in static defense. He can go for a third behind this, but he's going to be super committed to this push, and I want to see those Widow Mines start up right now. Because Bly is already up at 55 workers. Every second that goes by, as Bly gets closer to Bane speed, getting his own creep further out, his own Ling Bane, every second these mutas have to look for damage, things get a little bit rougher. Now, ooh! Don't stim. Yeah, because the medevacs are only just out now. He's got to be careful with his stims. But a good job zoning him out. Now, if Vindicta goes for a third behind this, I think he's got to build it like here or something. Somewhere. He can't just build it on location or it's probably going to get killed. That being said, does he even do that? Oh, Muta's cutting off the reinforce. Beautiful play here. Uh-oh. Oh, nice pick up there. Vindicta, yeah. And the Mutas are 2 wounded. They can't pick off these mines. They want to. But a Muta goes down, doesn't quite get them. And where's his Ling Bane? Oh, he's making 18 Banes. Bane speed's still about 20 seconds away, though. The Marines are here. They're on that base. Vindicta here doing some nice spreadies. He's on the drone line. As long as he stays spread, he's good. The Mutas come back. They get pushed out of there. Ooh, these Marines are a bit deep. I think I want him to keep most of his Marines here. Those Marines too far forward. He was distracted by the Mutas. They are doing a good counterattack, but slow Banes just aren't great versus Marines, man. +1 weapons was not done this whole time, but it doesn't matter. The timing is so uncomfortable for Bly to deal with. And these Mutas doing such a good job on the back line. I don't want to miss the frontal fight when it happens, but just incredible play with the Mutas there. And he's going to send Lings as well. No reinforcing this army. That being said, third base does go down. Bly has to transfer to the 4th. Now, Vindicta does rally a few units up here. As long as he burrows those mines quickly, I think he's okay. Does he have a third command center? No, not at all. And he's a little supply blocked. He's going to start one there. He's got more guys coming in. Oh, no, he's being cornered. Oh, this is Bly's specialty. He cuts off the reinforce, and then he swings back in and surrounds your army. 1 medevac saved there. Well done by Vindicta. Empty medevac goes down. Full medevac gets away. All right. Bit of a scrappy one. Upgrade advantage goes to Vindicta here. And he can continue this game. He started to rebuild SCVs and so on. Ooh, Zergling's looking for a bit of a run by there. Those mines not well placed. Haha! Bly clicks on the Reddit point mine and then just walks away. Well done. Couple Marines over here. That's cute. I think he's just going to look to stim those in the mineral line. He's saying, look, let's keep pushing the right since I've removed the creep. But let's stim these into the mineral line, and if Bly's a little slow to react, he could take big damage, but quick reaction from Bly. I actually like that move. I've sometimes had my biggest successes where like none of my drops are working, and then it's the 5 random Marines I stim into a mineral line, and I load the replay up later, and they killed 10 workers, and I was like, oh, okay. That was worth. He's going to continue pushing the right-hand side. He still has a Widow Mine there. Armory is on the way behind this. It's still single eBay. 3rd command center floating over. Oh, the double Liberator. Vindicta was going to go for a 3-pronged attack. Bly catches both libs. Ah, that's awkward. Goodbye 4th base, though. Excuse me. Oh, Ling's coming in. I think Vindicta should be okay. That's not that many Lings. It's just the chaos that's the problem. But he picks up, lifts his medevacs home, so his Marines are no longer in peril on the other side of the map. And this is actually going to go to a longer game, guys. I kind of like that Vindicta took the wind out of Bly's sails, but oh no. Come on. This is like the tilting Zerglings. That's what I call these, man. They actually could have stayed there and done even more damage. Not that many actual kills, lots of just little bits of damage. I love the Widow Mines coming out here. Ooh, they can run past, easily run past on the north side. Yeah, the Widow Mines weren't well placed. But, oh, Bly goes a bit deep. All right, nicely done. Bly is getting his 4th, finally rebuilt. 56 drones, 1-1 upgrades. Now, a lot of people would look at this and say Bly's way behind. Surely, he's down in army. He's down in upgrades, +2s ahead here for Vindicta. This is terrible for Zerg. For Zerg, maybe. For Bly, he's won games from this situation 1,000 times before, and he'll do it again. 3 Banelings pick that off. I do like the Widow Mine spread. If his creep keeps respreading on the right-hand side, that's the main thing for me that gives hope for Bly. And he's expanding on both sides of the map. So if Vindicta pushes one side, he can always cancel the other hatch and then just rotate his drones around. Baneling run by as well. Ooh, if he stims the Marines, Vindicta will be fine, but okay, he's got it. Nice cleanup. Yeah. And these Widow Mines still being annoying, man. There's another one there. This drop looking to come in, but it's a little bit isolated. I like the choice to pull it back. He says, wait a second. It's not a good idea to do that right now. Oh, yeah. If he pushes the left base at the same time, then maybe. The Mutas want to dive into his main. He does not have a lot of defense there. This could get out of control really fast. We're about to see who's better in the chaos. Marines, mines on the left base. Oh, Bly, no! Oh my god! Oh my! There's a Thor that popped out. 3 Widow Mines in the mineral line. And it turns, and he even saves the 8 Marines. Vindicta gets the 5th, gets the 8 Marine drop out, and it hit at the same time, so it distracted, and all that stuff fell apart. Now this drop is going to try and save itself. The Mutas want to take it out. I think he tried to tell it to unload, but accidentally clicked on the trees. This is an amazing situation for Vindicta. He's dropping the main. He's pushing that right-hand side. He's just taken everything away from Bly. Bly is down to just 11 Mutas. He's trying to rebuild them. He's trying to catch up in the 2-2 upgrades, but right now it's 2-1 versus 1-1. 4th command center on the way. Vindicta's up in workers. He's got a great army. But as always, Bio going too deep on creep and Baneling flanks are Bly's specialty. And oh no, I think he's a little too deep on creep. He's up against the edge. Vindicta, big Widow Mine hits. Do push him back. And there we go. He pulls back off creep. Good angling here from Vindicta. I think there might just be too much Ling Bane though. He's just got to trade as well as he can. I think it's okay to lose this army. Oh, the tail end of that fight went really good for Bly. There's a critical point where you just overwhelm, that things start to go really lopsided. And that's where you lose medevacs, you lose Marines. But he's got a Thor up, he's got a 4th CC, he can rebuild. Remember that Bly's economy is so shit. It's so hard for him to keep reproducing. Hive is like a legend at this point. The legend of Zerg Hive. If you live in Bly's economy, you're like, yeah, sure, buddy. Maybe we can snack on some gold bars for lunch as well. Like, it's just never gonna happen. Hive is like 6 minutes away at least. He's been on such a shit economy all game. And, I mean, Burrowed Banelings are a great choice to get back in it. Widow Mine's still being used very well. But I think Bly started to get a little bit more map control. Nice drop. Takes out one Overseer. Bullies the Mutas back. And just focus fires the Mutas. Good choice. Widow Mine's running around, being annoying. He's going to send a Widow Mine drop around the right to try and drop that base. Sorry, guys. Being very lazy, shouting from my throat. Massive thanks for the huge wave of support, by the way, guys. Sorry, I forgot to mute all the alerts, so you guys have had some crazy tank sounds. But thank you so much, Summerlux. Thank you, Anonymous Gifter and everybody else. I'll give you guys some proper shout-outs when this game is over. This is such a close series. What a turnaround after game number 1 as well. Where Bly did just, you know, dominated him, got some ling run buys in. Really clean, simple win for Bly in map 1. Oh, these Widow Mines, these turrets. He's so ready for the run buys. I mean, Vindicta has realized that if he just doesn't offer that lair tech engagement, that big giant surround, or that chance for the run by, Bly struggles, man. Oh. Hey. Not bad, man. Not bad. Saves 2 Widow Mines as well. 8 workers. I do worry a little bit, though, just in terms of, I'm like, okay, so yes, we've been patient. That's good. What do we do next, though? 2 Widow Mines there, recharging. I like that. He's going to push this right-hand side and once again, look for this same angle. Two Thors, 17 Widow Mines on this map. This is actually, when I play Vindicta, I'm a big Lingbane counterattack guy. And he always has more Widow Mines than any other player. And it stresses me the fuck out. I'll tell you guys, I feel outskilled. When I play Mutiling Bane against Vindicta, I'm like, what the hell? Because he just sets so many of these Widow Mines whenever you're not looking. And then the lib harass is so relentless. Haha, that Baneling. Nice, nice. A few Marines and Marauders come down the left. The Mutas will clean this up, though. Bly's handling this okay. He's just willing to give up that right-hand side. He's got to watch out for that Widow Mine. Mutas clean that up. There's still lots of mines over here, lots of turrets and a bunker. And every time he rotates through like that, he loses a muta, takes a bit of splash damage. Oh, there's a Thor there. Oh, it's a trap. There's mines underneath that. Oh, so cheeky. There was 2 Widow Mines underneath that Thor. Oh, Vindicta's such a dirty boy. Oh my God. It's a 25 Commander Widow Mine there. Oh, Bly. He's trying to get Ultra Cavern 3-3. But it's just taking him so long, man. And oh my God, he's just getting baited into these shots. Clumps up for a big Thor volley. Oh man, these Marauders are just having a party. Oh, this is such a good push from Vindicta. So methodical. Lib comes in on the left. The Mutas have to go clean that up. He's got 30 Mutas. They've got +2 attack. They just have not been able to get, you know, the damage done. And I think as long as a few Marines get in that mineral line, Bly has to fight here, and it's going to be a bad fight for the Zerg, I think. Still a few Widow Mines spread, layered. Whoa. The Mutas come in. That Thor goes down pretty quickly. He does finally clean it up. Units lost tab looking pretty good for Vindicta, though. Saves a few of these medevacs. This Lib! Oh my God! It's catching a lot of these drones. The Mutas want to catch the drop. Boost! Ah! Hit the NOS! Ah! Does lose those 2 other medevacs. Nice control there by Bly. Vindicta's looking great so far. He really does feel like he's gaining advantage after advantage. But remember, guys, Chitinous Plating's almost done. The 3-3 will catch up for the Zerg in about a minute. Vindicta wants to do more damage. He wants to put Bly in the ground. Bly is a wily mother trucker, though. He will not go down without a fight. Oh, nice snipe on the Thor. Trades a muta for a Thor. I'll take that trade any day. It's Widow Mines, though. Always creating a danger zone. You got to put a lot of attention on these. Oh, there's Widow Mines everywhere. Oh, no, Bly. Get the hell out, man. Run. It's game over, man. He's got 2 Banelings there. Those mutas need a lot of time to regenerate. They are going to try to pick off some more Widow Mines. It's all danger. None of these Baneling Mines have managed to land. Bly's got to be so triggered at this point, man. Oh, he wants to lure them down here. I like that. Oh no. Oh! Ah! Hot diddly damn. Finally, Bly set those up about 4 minutes ago. They finally pay off with 1 big hit. Ooh, good dodge on the fungal there. That could have been a lot worse. Have we got any ultras on the field? No ultras yet. 3-3 is about to kick in. Still nowhere near maxed is Bly. And if push comes to shove, it will be Vindicta that comes out victorious. Bly is trying to buy time and remax, though. He's doing anything he can to prolong this game and catch up in army supply. And he keeps forcing. This is such a sensitive army for Vindicta. But look at that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got to watch out here, mate. You got to watch out. Ah, you got to watch out. Okay. Okay. Update just popped up and blocked my preview. Thankfully, you guys can still see the game. Oh, the Thor, Big Daddy Thor does get left behind. But look at this. He's just going to drop down the left. That burrow trap did not go off. He was too distracted. The double drop working its way around the back. This 5th base gets cut off. And Vindicta thrusting home. He just, yeah, he's gonna try and pummel Bly. He's doing such good micro in all these locations. I mean, even those Marines, not terribly trading. Dropping Marines one at a time into Banelings is actually a better trade for the Terran than the Zerg. Ultras are now here. Ultras plus Fungal is dangerous, but so is a long line of Widow Mines. You know, it's not size, it's how you use it. And the Widow Mine is a testament to that. Just one little knobbly boy poking his little laser beam out of the head and one gigantic payload. Those Banelings, those Mutas do not want to get hit by these Widow Mines. Bly is struggling economically. Ooh, a lot of those Banelings did take out the Widow Mines, actually. Nice engage, but only a few Ultras left here. Still neck and neck. You know, Vindicta's a little ahead, but ooh, one good Fungal could change everything. Likewise, though, every single Widow Mine in these units is big. The turret finishes, the Baneling trap does not land. There's still one on the right. I think those are the only ones on the entire map right now. Yeah, it's just those 2 burrowed Banelings over there. I love that there's a creep little fucking just tumor line over here. But Bly's economy is just shot to shit, mate. Let's look at that income advantage. Vindicta has been ahead for almost, what, 4 minutes? He's been solidly ahead in the income. And add that to the units lost tab, where he is right now about 6,000 resources ahead in the units lost. That tells us the story of why there's a 40 supply advantage for Terran. Lovely setups here. Such micro-intensive, fancy play from Vindicta. He's setting up these pushes brilliantly. Widow Mines defending, attacking. Marauders on the front, Marauders on the back line. A nice engage for Bly to clean up the front line, but his hatchery has already died. The Mutas barely save the hatch on the left. Uh-oh. No Marauders left, but the Widow Mines, the Libs, scare back those Ultras. And what do we got? 4 Marauders building at a time. This command center is going to lift out. So many bases up for Vindicta. And if he can secure this base, he's floating the orbital. That'll be huge. Liberator's going to siege forward. There's nothing that shoots up except the Mutas. They're going to have to come down there. Where the hell are the Mutas? They're over on the right. There's next to none left. The Widow Minefield gets cleaned up. Marines in the main aren't really doing much. That Marine there is going to try to pick off some drones. The Lib gets cleaned up. The Marines just being annoying more than anything. They take out an Evo and an Extractor, not really being microed, but it opens up an opportunity. Space Cow, get over there! Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! Boom, baby. 16 drones go down. Somewhere out there in the interwebs, in the audience, a Terran player did just have a bit of excitement. Does need a change of pants there. And right now, just non-stop pushing on 2 fronts. Vindicta. I mean, this is a testament to how annoying Bly is to play against, guys. He just does not go down without a fight. He's going to keep fighting tooth and nail. Scan catches that burrowed Baneling trap. The rich gas base on the right-hand side goes down. On the left-hand side, the redrop in the main. Clicks on the Baneling nest, but just going to pick up, drop on the low ground. Muta's going to try to take it out. There's just so few left, and even a few of these Mutas will go down. 1 Muta falls, 2 Mutas. The drop going to rotate around the left. If he removes this hatch, that's going to be game. Now, don't underestimate Infesta Ultra. There's no Libs out, and that's a lot of Ultras, guys. Fungal plus Ultras versus Bio equals Bly happy. Vindicta sad. Pretty good spreadies. Good pullback. You don't want to overcommit. I think Vindicta actually needs to pull back and reinforce, or this army could get wiped. There is still hope. As long as Infestas are on the map, 1 good Fungal on that clump is going to be all you need, especially if he burrows an Infesta, runs it around, and pops up from behind. He could annihilate this army with 1 good Fungal. Bly obviously massively behind on supply. This army needs to make it happen. His economy is so weak. Most of those Zerglings are gone. Banelings do crash through. Oh, the Infestors are out of energy. A few of them do go down. There's so many Banelings, though. Uh-oh, the Medivacs are falling to the Mutas. The Space Cows stand strong. The SCVs try to get the hell out of there. Suddenly, Vindicta goes, what the hell? Die, Ultra Zerglings and Banelings. Bly still methodically splitting individual Zerglings ahead. He has no Overseer. He doesn't want to overextend. He's going to take one more Widowmine to the face there. Only takes out 1 or 2 Lings, though. What is the income? You've got 1 mineral patch. You've got 4 half mineral patches. And you've got 8 mineral patches on a red hit point base. Meanwhile, Vindicta, healthy mining base. Pretty healthy mining base. And if he reestablishes this, another healthy mining base. Libs here now as well. There's so little to shoot up. These Liberators are such a huge problem for Bly. I mean, what does he do? He's got to go around. He can't fight into sieged up Libs. It's just not going to work. Vindicta, he can just spread his units out. And that hatchery, yeah, he can bait him in. Into the mines, into the Libs, and Ultra falls. Another Ultra falls. And I think Vindicta may have sealed the deal. Ling run by on the left-hand side is going to try to find something. Gets a few Marauders rallying across. Ship weapons as well as advanced ballistics is on the way. Going to try and just cement that advantage. Did we get building armor this game? Yeah, building armor and high-sec auto-tracking were both made. Uh-oh. Fungal only catches 3 Marauders. And the push, it's coming. Uh-oh. Okay, good Fungal. Gets a few Marauders, pulls back. Needs a few more of those. Oh! Oh! He's going to try to go for it, but he doesn't have enough. I think this is going to be very costly for Bly. Even though he cleanses the ground army, there's another army behind it. He's walked through the Lib zones. The Ultras are so weak. Those Banelings actually getting very good hits. And he cleans it up. The Muta's trying to deal with the Libs, but there's so few of them. The Libs just unsiege and chat it. And Fungals come out, but as the Infestors go down, as the Mutas fall, these are the valuable units for Zerg. Just like that, Big Daddy Vindicta takes out the series 2-1. A lovely comeback. GG, well played. Chat says, how is Bly still alive? What the hell? Every time he plays, Bly is just so hard to kill, man. It's like, you know how they say some people can take a punch? They've got a good chin. Well, I think Bly has a good fucking torso because he can take a good stabbing and just not care. Epic play from Bly. Well played, well played. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you everyone who's been supporting the Patreon. Don't forget, the link's down below if you guys want to hop on board. Much love, everybody. Smash the like button. See you in the next one.